Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman. I'm going to go through this very slowly, a litany of things I have to show you today. Several weeks ago, actually more than that, we sent return card requests to the 11 board members on Boeing. We sent them a document such as this. This is the document. It's a 42-page document requesting them to take a look at me for either the CEO or the head of quality, the VP of quality, because of our background in composites, plastics, non-ferrous metals. We have over 40 plus years in aerospace, medical implants, medical materials printing, and plastic distribution, where we dealt with every industry on the sun. This they received. I would have been the dark horse, except they have, we're going to get into this. We don't have to do this. And the reason why I do this is because I want to educate you, ladies and gentlemen, to the disasters that Boeing has. And we have all the data. We don't make this up. You know, there's one person that we were talking to, and they said, oh, they already have that procurement document. They don't have any of the information we have, without a doubt. We've dug many feet down to get to these cadavers, and here it is, this video today. And here he is, Mr. David Calhoun, former CEO, and he's going out with a $45 million whatever it is in December, retirement, this, that, or the other thing. I told Union IAM 751, I told them to get the board that I'm going to be showing you, illustrating to you, get the board to have his $45 million forfeited and give to the 32,000 32,000 IAM members, because that would be $1,406.25 each. So again, QA expert Daryl Guberman, Boeing shareholder, educates Boeing board member David Calhoun. And here we go. First off, in 2013, I was invited to join ANAB. I not joined, but they approved me. They said, Mr. Guberman, we have no problem with you. We're not going to go into very big detail, but the American Society for Quality at that time owned the American National Crediting Board 50%. So it was ANSI owned it 50%, and so did ASQ. Mr. David Levy was sent there to destroy me. Nobody's going to destroy Daryl Guberman. We have too much information, and we do. Truthful information, unlike a lot of these people. So anyway, what happened is, that was in 2013. In 2015, Mr. Randy Doherty, who was the vice president of ANAB, chairman of the IF, and also the principal on the IF tax report, handed over leadership to this communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu, who's been involved with our quality for over, 1994, so 30 years now. But he was made IF chairman, and he was also at the time the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, which certified the laboratory in Wuhan, China. In 2016, Randy invited us to join either the ANAB or the IF, or both. But how in good conscience could I do that when in 2015 he handed over to Zhao Jinwu, a communist Chinese national, running an organization? The IF is a association of accreditation bodies, both national and international. And they are incorporated in Delaware, and their sister organization, ILAC, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. So Randy invited us, and I, as a proud American, I said, no way am I going to do that. In April, I stood up for Sam Salapar, the whistleblower, on the 777-787. I held up two pieces of paper that you're going to see what those papers entail. Boeing gave up supplier auditing, source inspection, or on-site inspection to two pieces of paper from 2002 to present. And here we go. We were there too, watching Mr. David Calhoun as he was here. We got a very poignant picture of him on June 18th, 2024. The American National Standards Institute is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation that it's been around for over 100 plus years. It's got federal agencies and corporations on board. Here is Randy handing over leadership to Zhao Jinwu. We have pictures of him standing in the Wuhan lab that he issued a laboratory certificate to an ill-prepared laboratory that basically released the COVID virus. He gave it to the WIV, which is a Wuhan Institute of Virology, a bio-level 4 lab. And the scientists in 2018, now he handed the cert in 2017, said to scientists from the United States that we need more trained technicians for that And we got that out of the CDC training document of May of 2019 that stated that any containment, the first line of defense is well-trained technicians, and they didn't have it. And he just gave a piece of paper to a job that was not prepared. ANSI took over complete control over ANAB in 2018. They also sat there, and they are founders of the ANSI. You will see it very shortly coming up. They were sitting there from 2015 to 21. This shows you that ANSI is the founding member of the IAF. They founded it, they own it. They're also underwriters for the IAF and ILAC, its sister organization, which means that they take all system and product failure. Here you go, IAF and ILAC. Now we come up on Boeing. Boeing sits on ANSI ANAB. They're a customer of them. They also force down and mandate, and you'll see it, ANSI ANAB accreditation. And here it is. For 22 years, Boeing gave up on-site audit to their, basically their special process auditing that's done by PRI on this side of the world. PRI does that for heat treat, welding, etc. And then on this side of the world, you have the supplier bulletin. And what it says is, if the need arises, additional assessments as a need arises, and on the supplier bulletin, it said, if it need be. So they basically gave up, and they basically confessed to the fact that Boeing gave up their supplier auditing to a piece of paper. This is 2009 and 19. In 2009, you will read that they were self-certified by the FAA, basically said you could do anything. They did not have to tell the FAA or DOJ or anybody else about the MCAS system or new designs. In 2019, we have this gentleman here who, in a memo, stated that the FAA never, ever lets a company police themselves or self-certify. This came off Boeing's portal that says must be ANSI ANAB or international equivalent. Could be China, Iran, Pakistan, etc. This they took down because of my exposure. If you look here, you'll see that I made a snapshot of this actual web page in March of this year, still fresh and new. But you'll also see that Boeing sits there. This is the Management Systems Accreditation Committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. In 2017, when they were still under the guidance of the FAA, meaning that they are the FAA, they are, the regulator, they are self-certifying, they got caught fudging documentation by no other than the FAA. You also have the factor that you have these organizations that sit together with Boeing, like the DOJ, DHS, and FAA. They're all members on the ANSI ANAB board, ladies and gentlemen, all of them. Not only are they members, but here you go here. This is actual balance sheet from ANSI ANAB. The Department of Commerce, Homeland Security, and the U.S. Department of Justice and FDA all are not just members, but they are customers of the ANSI ANAB, Boeing's accreditation body that they shove down their suppliers and subcontractors' throats. And here is their new CEO, Robert Kelly Hopeberg, who the big thing was that he bought a house for $4.1 million while there was a strike going on. That's unbelievable. But this is the actual timeline. He was a CEO on Rockwell Collins when the MCAS system was designed, developed, also manufactured, and installed on the 737 MAX. And he wasn't called to task because you know what happened? In 2018-19, Ethiopian Air, Indonesian Air crashed, okay? Dennis Muhlenberg was that was going to be the fall guy because he was the CEO of Boeing. Boeing takes full responsibility in many ways when you have those components, engines, and special systems like MCAS. Yet Robert Kelly Hopeberg in 2021, when David Calhoun in 2020 was made the new CEO, he jumped ship. Maybe he knew that they were going to come after him next at DHS, but they didn't. Now he's a CEO. He brings 348 ghosts with him. I applied for this position of quality control, head of quality. I applied for the CEO. I knew that when I saw David Calhoun when I was there. I have more education and experience within the realm of aerospace than he does. Funny thing. And that's why I applied for it. I have yet to hear anything back. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS, @yahoo.com. I thank you.